It shows us nothing more or less than the deepest and most desperate desires of our hearts.
Girl, look at that body. Girl, look at that body.
Throughout the Harry Potter universe, we see tons of useful and unique spells that really seem like we could use them in everyday life. And then there are those that seem so useless that we wonder why the person even took the time to create it in the first place. Here are 5 completely pointless spells from Harry Potter. Number 5, Brachial Amend. Now, this one seems like it should be useful because the intended purpose of this spell is used to mend broken bones. But when we see Lockhart use it on Harry's arm, he ends up turning it into a big flapping piece of flesh. Now, you can argue that Lockhart just sucks at magic and performed the spell wrong, but based on the fact that we never hear anyone ever use this spell again in the books or movies, I'm guessing that this is the only thing this spell does. Which makes it seem like the only practical application of this one is to do some weird freaky sex stuff. But then again, I guess that applies to every spell in Harry Potter. Number 4, Antioquia Coccio, however you say that. This spell causes someone to grow antlers out of their head to basically resemble a deer. We first hear about it in the Goblet of Fire when it was used on Gerbert Wimple at the Quidditch World Cup. We then hear about it again in the Order of the Phoenix when it's used on Pansy Parkinson. Now, this spell may sound cool in these particular circumstances, but besides screwing around with people or cosplaying at furry conventions, when would you actually ever use this spell? Yeah, maybe Christmas parties, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to kill the vibe in the entire party if you accidentally murder someone with your antlers when you're bending down to get eggnog. Number 3, Tarrant Angular. This spell forces the victim to dance around uncontrollably until someone uses the counter jinx on them. We first see it at the Battle of the Department of Mysteries when it's used on Neville, and I guess it worked on incapacitating him, but it just seems like unless you're at a rave or just want to embarrass the other person, then there's a bunch of other spells that you could use instead of this one, so it's kind of just useless. Number 2, Serpent Sorcia. Now, there haven't been many occasions in which I've had to deal with snakes, partially because I'm a coward that runs away from anything remotely dangerous, and partially because I literally never go outside. So I guess I can't really see the benefits of being able to conjure up a snake out of thin air whenever I want. And number 1, any Transfiguration spell. Transfiguration is a big part of the education at Hogwarts and involves turning various animals into everyday objects. We all accept this as being relatively normal by wizard standards, but we never get an explanation as to not only why they're teaching this, but also why Transfiguration is even a thing. You can turn any animal into any common object you want, or vice versa, but what wizards seem to be forgetting is that they can literally summon anything they want out of thin air. The thought of turning a rat into a goblet is not only completely insane, but also how you start the next Black Plague. I don't care how thirsty I am, I'm not turning my dog into a thermos. I'm gonna drink it straight from the jug like a mentally sane person. But anyway, those were just our picks for the stupid spells in Harry Potter. Do you agree with us? Make sure to tell us down in the comments below, and while you're at it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.